Warning: the following context may include scary sequences of light horror and many thrills. Some gruesome descriptions involving children may be present in some chapters. Some material may be unsettling to certain audiences. But don't worry, everything will be okay. Probably. Chapter 14. One Last Safe Night. Tori's Perspective. Dust flies into the air as the book hits the table. TD flips through the pages until it lands on a page about curses, specifically this one. TD turns the book around, facing Dixie and Connor, sliding it towards them. "These are the things we need to find?" Connor asks, looking over what appears to be a long list of random items. "Do you think this is a good idea?" I whisper to Danny. He leans closer, whispering back. "I'm not sure," he says, indecisiveness lingering in his voice. "But we can't stay here. It's not safe." "It's also not safe to die like everyone else," I say. I love adventures, but this feels like a death wish. "I kind of have to agree with Tori," Martha says, scooting closer to Danny and me. "I don't want to stay here, that's for sure, but I also don't want to die here." "I mean," Danny tilts his head to the side, taking time with his thoughts, "we might die trying to escape." He looks at us as shivers visibly run down his spine. I can't believe I have to say that, but it's true. However, if we stay here and don't try, we'll still die here. I suppose he is right, but maybe our death wouldn't be so gory if we stayed at the library. "Okay," Dixie looks over to get our attention. "We need to come up with a game plan, and I really do want us to all be in agreement here." "This is a lot," Martha says. "Do we really think we can do this? I mean, how many items are there?" "One from each location," Chip tells us. "We have a map as well. You can have it." "How many locations are there?" Danny asks. I really hope there's not too many. "Wait," I say as an unpleasant thought pops in my head. "All locations? Like we have to go back to ones we've already been to?" The whole group freezes as the realization sinks in. "I'm afraid so," Chip says softly. "There are 15 main locations, not including here," TD explains. "The item here is," TD looks down to double check with a book, "a journal that once belonged to Lydia." "Where is it?" Martha asks. "Since the last couple humans who were cursed to this place, we've kept it in a safe in the basement. We can get it for you. I must warn you, though, it's—" Chip pauses nervously. "It's got a saddened energy haunting it." "How so?" I ask. Like it makes you sad?" "The items you search for, they represent the torn emotions of Lydia," Chip explains. "They are what made her who she was. All the feelings, emotions, passions, doubts, everything she was, are stored in these items. So proceed with caution," TD says. "Legends say that some people don't have the strength to carry the items. They might be feelings that you struggle with yourself." Instantly, my heart sank. As much as I try to be strong, I still carry so much grief and sorrow from my dad passing away. I know a lot of the people here carry grief. "I must add," Chip says, "once an item is collected, it will go back to its original location after 3 days. It's near impossible to collect them all in one time." "We'll have to split up into groups," Dixie says. "Does that sound okay? It will leave us time." "Split up? I'm not a huge fan of that idea," Danny says, crossing his arms. "We would have 3 groups of 2, Curie says, gesturing to the 6 of us. "Wait," I say as a smile forms on my face. "You're gonna help us?" "I'm already a cast-out, so I might as well make myself useful. Plus, I like you guys. I may not be able to go back home, but I'd like to get you all back home safely." What a selfless creature he is. I suppose if I were in his position, I'd want to help too. Plus, it would be nice to have someone who knows the maze. We create 3 groups and decide what paths each group will take. Group 1, Dixie and Connor. Group 2, me and Danny. And Group 3, Martha and Carrie. We decide that Martha and Carrie will take the scarier route because Carrie is more familiar with this place, and Martha seems to have good luck of not dying despite facing near-death experiences over and over. She didn't seem too fond of that vote. We decide we'll sleep here for the night, have breakfast in the morning, then split up. We all crash in one of their study rooms. T.D. brings us soft knit blankets and the squishiest pillows I've ever felt. The room is lit by candlelight and the fireplace that crackles and flickers. Dixie and Martha sleep on either side of me. Snoring away, Martha kicks around. Dixie has her back turned toward me, but I can tell she's still awake. I take a deep breath and close my eyes. Despite the horrified feeling in my chest, exhaustion has won the battle over my body. All my thoughts slowly fade into a peaceful darkness. The morning brings songs from the birds and the smell of breakfast coming from the diner below us. We all shuffle out of the blankets, fold them up nicely, and head to the diner. Chip and T.D. have already made us coffee, orange juice, berry pancakes, and what looks like an egg bake or something. I suppose the food here may be a bit different than ours. After breakfast, we pack up and give our thanks to T.D. and Chip. Group 3, Martha and Carrie, is going to stay here until Chip gets the journal out of the basement. Then they'll head out. Group 1 and 2 will leave right away. We exchange hugs and goodbyes, trying not to focus on how terrifying this all is. Dixie smiles weakly and squeezes me tightly. "I will see you again, Tori," she whispers, and it all sinks in. This could be the last time I see her, or any of them. But I can't think like that. She's right. I have to believe it's not even an option. "Now go be the amazing brave person I know you are," she says, holding my face in her hands. "We've got this." I smile back and nod. Tears begin to well in my eyes, but I can't let her see me scared. She needs to know that I'm strong. She won't be able to stay focused if she doesn't think I'm okay. "We'll meet at the Ghost Woods," Connor says, waving to us as him and Dixie head off on their trail. "Meet you in the Ghost Woods," I say under my breath. Danny takes my hand. I look up at him. He's scared, but he won't admit it. He never does. He's always been the leader, the survivor, the one who can take on anything. He gets nervous, yes, but when it really matters, he can set aside any worries and focus. "You ready, little sis?" he asks me, giving me a silly smile. "Of course," I say back, fake laughing. "Piece of cake." We both laugh, sigh, grit our teeth, and head out on the trail. Chapter 15. The Witch's Cottage. Tori's Perspective. Tune in tomorrow.